How long has the gym been here?
2014.
Do you ever think, like, do you think too much about systems and too much about like, do you think you're an abnormal CrossFit gym in that respect?
Normal human.
Affiliates, brilliant, aren't they? Changing lives, building communities, throwing barbells around. What's not to love? And some of them are really good. Some of them are brilliant. Packed classes, loyal memberships paid on time, good programming, madness. I'm gonna go to 10 of the best and find out how they do it. Think 2 grade, but with half a grade. CrossFit affiliates, brilliant.
Our prices at the lowest viable price to accomplish what we need to accomplish. Like, we're not adding like huge amounts of margin to what we need to do in pursuit of like world domination. It's just we set our price at the point where we know we can pay staff a wage, that we can service the building needs, that people can get paid, you know, and then if someone can come in and afford that, then great, but if not, then we can't. Like, I feel like we don't owe anyone affordability above our needs and the needs of the business, because if we do that, then we're just on that slippery slope down to...
What's the average gym membership in the country now?
Outside of the M25, I think it's somewhere around like 90 quid. Inside the M25, I think it's like 130.
Okay, M25 is like the motorway around London, basically. And what's it here?
168.
Is that, do you get much pushback when you have people coming in and you say the price? Are they like, what, that's way more? A lot, like, was there a teething period at the start where you're like, shit, maybe I made a mistake, maybe we need to...
Well, we didn't need to charge that much when we first started. Like, the overheads were much smaller, there was way less staff, and then as it got bigger and bigger and bigger, we needed to hire more staff. We started to see that some staff were coming in and then were exiting to do something like they were joining the emergency services, or they were going to get like quote unquote like proper jobs, and we were doing our members a bit of a disservice because we weren't giving them like solid enough career paths or enough compensation for them to think that this could be a long-term thing for them. So in fact, by charging the members more and then giving the staff more, we give the members a better experience, because they're not getting a churn of coaches. They're getting someone that's known them for like, say, 5, 10, 15 years, and they know exactly what they're about, and that's much more valuable.
I feel like this is something that you borderline get an erection over.
Were these here? Were these here? Yeah. Were these done when you were here?
Don't think so.
I had the options and I was like, that looks cool, that looks a little bit different. And I like the branding, it's class.
Do you think about stuff like that? So obviously, like, when I come in here, I look around and I think, without being punched in the face with method, you're sort of like gently slapped on the cheek with method. You know, like it's on the door, it's on the sign, it's on the background, it's on the, you know, it's wow.
Even in an emergency, you get branding. I mean, you know, in the beginning, like CrossFit used to hang like, we used to have like Again Faster banners and like all like Fit Aid banners and shit like that, like everywhere, and it was like, no. You know what I want? Like, I'm working pretty hard to promote my own brand. I want like as much awareness as possible rather than other people's.
And the program is up on the TV as they come in.
Yeah, just rotates through for the week. I think a lot of people's fear when they're a beginner is looking stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's as big a fear as any when people come into a new environment. We're pretty clear in laying out what you should be doing as a member. So the staff know exactly what they're doing, the members know exactly what they're doing, and there's no like ambiguity. You know, it doesn't take away the ability for staff to be creative or for the members to kind of express what they're about, but they just don't look daft. The lower this is, like, high this will.
Who is that guy?
I have no idea.
Why is he here?
So he was here because he was doing an in-body. So we offer in-body tests, so like body fat percentage, muscle, skeletal muscle mass testing to people who just want to come and give it a go.
I would say his wife Googled.
Yeah.
some kind of help.
Yeah, he did actually say something to do with his wife, didn't he? Yeah.
His wife googled where she can find InBody in Newcastle.
Do you think she googled InBody specifically,
Well,
like the
she
brand?
was looking for body composition.
Yeah.
We came up, he's gone on the store, purchased it from the store.
He's our avatar client. Like, he lives there. You know, he's like literally in Grade Park, which is like just over the way. He's not confident with resistance training. He's needs help in getting to where he needs to be. So like that's what we do. It makes it a heavier lift to get people in on that.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only thing is when he looks in, he sees one person fully upside down, one person basically horizontal. You're always going to have
People leave.
15 new people every month.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be like, look at Brian there, he's shit.
He was curious. He needs us. We just got to get him through the door. Like the hardest bit is for him to just take action and come in through the door and do it. So everything is geared towards that.
When he's walking out there saying, I'll try.
Yeah,
I
hate that.
Are you like, no, you
I hate
fucking
that.
won't?
Yeah, well that's why I was saying, what are you doing tomorrow? You know, like, what are you doing tomorrow? What and then what time do you train? Are you AM or PM? Okay, great, we've got classes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tomorrow. You know, I'm at work through the day, okay, great, we've got a class at 8 PM at night, I'll see you there, you know. What's not special about the dumbbell rack? Have you ever seen that before?
Why have you done that?
It condenses so many dumbbells down into such a small space, and yeah, it just takes up way less space. Floor space is just so critical for what we need to do. Like, it's our most valuable thing, really, like floor space. We don't see these in many CrossFit gyms, and they're actually really, really good.
What are they?
They're called DC blocks. Essentially, we just pile up these like jigsaw pieces, and they keep the bumper plate on. Do you know what I mean? So, like, say that goes either side, and then you're like, okay, well, we still need to get you in a better back position. Step them on, and it raises it up. When we first kicked things off, we just had like a little honesty pod downstairs. It was fine, and like we ended up buying a vendor machine. And then when we got the chance to take this extra space within the building, so not just the gym floor, like all these other offices, and turn them into something that the gym could use, that was at the point where I hired the first member of staff that had nothing to do with coaching. And that was a dedicated admin and coffee shop member of staff. And that was Laura. And it was an absolute game changer, because I think coaches are a different type of personality to like sometimes detail oriented administration staff. And we use our admin staff from the coffee shop staff downstairs. They handle member inquiries, member retention. You know, they'll reach out if people haven't been in over a certain amount of days and get them back in. And I don't think we could have got to the size we are now without having that. And I think coaches doing it's for some of them it's outside of their skill set.
How many front of house staff do you have?
So like, we don't have any handstand space, so we got these. So like the coaches and the guys behind the desk, they put these out on an evening.
Oh, so they're not on the rig all the time? Okay.
See, I mean, this is what I nerd out on. So like, it took ages until we like made this little pin, and then you can like slide it on and it stays on, and then you can like bolt it all up. So one person can put this out if they need to. They don't need the other person.
Initially you
to hold
had
it.
someone holding it and someone bolting it.
But that now is just like a locator pin. Put it on. We've got like the
Guns.
electric drills that like get it all zipped up, and it takes loads less time. We love stuff like that. That will save time but still add like more function to the gym. Like, we've got a little robot hoover that like lives in there, you know, it saves like half an hour on the night cleaning. We just set the robot hoover away, and the coach doesn't need to do that. They can spend time doing other stuff. So like, where we were before, that was like the waiting area where people will wait before their class. They can kind of hang out together, talk about the workout, get themselves a little bit anxious about what's going to happen in the class, like we all do, and then they're going to get called down by the coach. They'll come down the stairs, and then it's on the whiteboard, which we use a couple of TVs. We try to make each day like almost like an open announcement video. So it'll come through with a graphic. It'll give people a demonstration of what they're going to be doing. So we'll highlight in red, this is the handstand hold. We'll talk through it. We'll talk through what we're trying to achieve for each bits of these workouts, and what movements we're doing. And it's actually really good because if you're still relatively new to this, you're getting yet another coaching point. You're getting a visual. So the coach can be talking you through, you're seeing what's going on. You don't need to wonder when it says DBL, DB, OH hold. You're like, okay, whatever that abbreviation is, it's holding dumbbells here, you know?
Little starter packs.
Yeah.
Is that like a new member pack?
Yeah, so they'll get some grips, they'll get some wrist straps just in the beginning, like sometimes front rack and knacks, isn't it? So they get that, and there's the starter guide will go in there, and quite nice. The one thing that we should have done from the start is work backwards when it comes to figuring out, like beating the drum of it all the time, but working out membership cost. Rather than going, let's charge this and then figure out how we can pay it, we go, right, well, this is our rent, this is what we envisage for staff, this is what we need to kind of pay people, this is what we need for stock, this is what we need for toilet roll, because everyone comes to the gym to have a poo, everyone. They save it up, right? Like all those consumables, and then like, right now we have an idea, like, is this viable? You know, rather than going, oh, that guy down the street charges 50 quid a month, let's do that. Because that's the market. Nah, like that's just the race to the bottom. So ovo is egg in Portuguese. So this was a bit of a lockdown project.
Like a dumbbell handle in the middle, kettlebell handle on the edge.
Yeah. It is the ultimate front rack, like goblet position. It's so comfy. So we use this a lot with the masters, maybe not the 20 or the 25, but we use this a lot with them because they can get in this really nice position, and when they want to put it down, they're not like dropping the kettlebell on their toes. And then we can use it for a swing, or then we can use it to do a curl, which is actually quite heavy.
Is this your first CrossFit class?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do people keep laughing when you say it's your...
I don't know.
Have you
it's kind of making me nervous.
Have you been here long? Like, are you doing elements and stuff?
Yes, no, so I'm doing this and then my first element is after.
Right.
So.
And how do you feel about doing this?
I'm nervous because everyone keeps laughing when someone says Donna. Is it Donna we're with? Yeah, everyone keeps laughing. So that's just making me more scared.
Yeah. She's just good, that's all.
We'll see how it goes anyway.
Yeah. Do you think you'll come back?
Huh?
Do you think you'll come back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Will you always do CrossFit, do you think?
Yes. To like, we will always do a mixture of strength training, bodyweight movements, cardiovascular exercise in lots of different variations with proven formats and combinations over different durations, and we will put it towards a time or some sort of metric that will show improvement. So in that, yes, we will do that. Like we will use that because I still haven't found something that is as effective for keeping the regular person really fit. If we remove any part of that, so we remove like strength training, for example, then it's not as good as it can be. If we just do strength training, then it's not as good as it can be. And that's a challenge to shove that all into 1 hour and program that across the week. But I suppose that's that is the challenge. So yeah, we will do CrossFit. I think the brand itself, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the sale. I would be concerned about it going to another private equity company. People cut their cloth according to what they can afford, and that's just life, isn't it? Like we could, if you really wanted Bugatti or Bentley or something like that, like you don't go in and go, oh, like I really want this, but I can't afford it. They just go, okay. Like the bus will get you from A to B, and that's absolutely fine. But that's just a different service for a different demographic. and that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It will take you from A to B. But if someone wants a closer relationship with a coach, they want to invest more in it. Like, we could go to Pure Gym, couldn't we? We could go to Pure Gym, and the things that we wouldn't get, we would have to figure out. We'd have to learn a little bit of like exercise science. We'd need to figure out what we need to do to effectively squat. We'd need to do all those things. Or we could skip past that and we could go and find a professional coach, in the same way that you could probably DIY your own plumbing, or you could write your own will. Would it be as good as the professional doing it, and would it be worth your time invested, or should you stay in your own lane and do what you should be doing?
Last day with a clap after 3, 2, 3. Awesome work, guys. Have a lovely evening.